Hello everyone, my name is Rasheed and I'm an orthopaedic registrar working in the southeast of London. Today, just a quick chat about how to make the most out of your milestones throughout your medical career. I've been one who's always thought that the interview process and the exam process can be quite difficult for me in particular because sometimes I get quite nervous in kind of high pressure situations. And there's three things that I've always gone back to at all times. I'm focused on to help me succeed throughout this process. The first thing is always hard work. The second thing is teamwork. And the third is to work smart. So with regards to hard working, I think it's important to know yourself. I think it's important to be diligent and to always think to yourself, like, if I want to get something, I need to work hard for it. By that, I mean, I need to do the research, I need to spend the time in it, I need to be dedicated to the process and to the cause. There's no point putting yourself in a scenario whereby you are totally unprepared, and that would show. That would show to your examiners, that would show to your interviewers, and it just wouldn't bode well for you going forward. So I think you need to step back, look at the situation, look at your goal, and decide, what do I want to achieve? Why do I want to achieve it? And how can I work hard through that process? Be it research, be it more reading, spending more time in the library, spending more time learning from your peers, and that will just make sure that you know that you're ready for the interview or for the exam, as in yourself. The second part of that process I mentioned was teamwork, and I think this is the most important aspect of everything. It's really important for you as a person to have others around you that can push you through the process. For me personally, I was very lucky whilst in medical school to have a good group of friends who could work together with me, and could work together and push ideas and bounce ideas off each other. For example, whilst revising for exams, you'd have colleagues who would ask you questions, or you can go through lectures together and kind of put questions to each other. I think this is important because it allows you to practice your answers and practice your process and your thought process as well. I think this also goes in tandem for interviews. Having someone ask you interview questions and you ask them interview questions is a learning process for both you and them, and you can gradually together improve your skills and kind of getting through that interview or through that exam. It's hard to appreciate how much of an impact that makes on your learning process. Without working on your skills, without tightening up your answers to the best of your abilities in practice, it's very unlikely that it's going to show on the day. And this goes back to the first point I was making about hard work. Your hard work has to stem and work through the whole process. You must always work hard and work your best at every stage. Be it by yourself in your room, kind of thinking about what you're going to say, and with your friends and your team, and thinking about exactly how you would say it on the day. And lastly, the third point, so we talked about hard work, as in yourself, teamwork, as in with others, and it's a broader concept of working smart. I think it's important to always work smart in and out of medicine, in and out of interviews or exams. By that I mean you have to balance, your life has to be balanced for you as a person, and I guess for those around you. You have to be able to balance your work and play, balance your work and exercise, work and food, work and sleep. You can't just always focus on work all the time because you'll just burn out. And it's important not to burn out, because even the most hardworking of individuals in the best teams can always still burn out if they don't get that work, play, or balance right. And there's been occasions, particularly when pretty difficult exams during medical school, where I was close to burnout, where you just feel like you're not reading enough or learning enough, and you feel like you're just never going to catch up. And there's been people around me who've alerted me to this, particularly my family members and those close to me, who've said, take a break, take some time to yourself. There's not much you're going to learn in the next 2 days, for example, that you can't learn in the next 2 weeks. So just step away from the situation, take a break, get a timetable, know exactly what you have to do every day and how you're going to do it, work smart, and you get the best results. And working smart also involves looking at the past, so looking at others who have done the particular process before. By that I mean past question papers, your older peers, interviewers who are not on the panel you're going to be on. You can ask them questions that will focus your revision or focus your practice so that you're not wasting time doing things that are not so important. What you're doing is actually what we call high yield, right? I mean, doing things that are right for the process you're going through. So common mistakes that even I've made, particularly in the early part of my kind of learning process, was to think that everything is just as important as everything else. So by that I mean not focusing your vision to particular aspects of the curriculum that are more common, that are more important than others. So even in medicine, there are particular conditions that are emergencies or common conditions, and when you're revising, you should focus on those and make sure that you know those inside and out, because that is what will let you pass the process or pass the exam, and sometimes let you stand out from other colleagues or other candidates. So once you know the core, important and common conditions or topics, that's when you start kind of taking massive leaps in your revision and exactly how you prepare for examinations, at least in my opinion. I hope I was able to help you in this short talk about making the most out of exams or interview throughout your medical career. And just remember, there are 3 things that would help you through the process, and they are hard work, teamwork, and working smart.
Okay, perfect.